What's going on, team? How we doing out there? I had a little lag there to get started, but let's get right to the action. It's going to be another great one. You know where you're at, live trading with Benzinga.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
All right, team, let's go ahead. Let's get it started. I got my screens on up. Let's go ahead. And then let me get my extra camera here because it's all me today, team. Nobody else here in the house as they're all traveling or busy at the moment. I can't blame them. I hope they have a great day today, just like we're going to have a great day today, right, team? So today you guys will be seeing that I'll have kind of my two TC charts also. And then, of course, I'll have my Moomoo ready to go. So if you guys are looking at the TC area or want to see anything, I can definitely put that full screen there. If not, I can also just go back to my small account as I look to go ahead and do what? Go ahead and jump this up a little bit. We do have a day trade on, so we can get a day trade in right now. I'm just going to go ahead and verify that, of course. And it's been a battle, team, right? This hasn't been just in the green here. You guys can see on the bottom left here kind of how what are we having, right? Well, we're having small red down days, big jumps on the green. That's what we need to be working on, team. That's what we're going to be working on right now is minimizing the damage and looking to do what? Expand on the green, right? We'll see if we're able to get into that today. You guys can see here. Got some day trades on. I can have 1 today, 2 tomorrow, 3 on Monday. So guess what, team? We got a lot to trade. Let's get after the action. Today, I will be looking at one of them that I have a swing trade. We'll add to Norwegian Cruise Lines. We'll see today. I'm looking for a move back down through the 1350s. That's where I can add to this position. Added to it yesterday. I'm at 1387. We'll see what happens on this one today. NVIDIA was one that I shorted yesterday. We'll keep an eye out on that today to see if this starts to break down and starts to go lower. But it seems to me like this does want a little bit higher also. And so that's why I'm not just trying to stay in it overnight. You can see here on the hourly, if this comes back to that trend line, it could push higher. And so with that being said, I think today we might actually see a push higher on some stocks. Google's another one in reach right now if we wanted to take it today. But I think this one might pull back to 115 to give us an opportunity on that pullback. We'll be looking for Microsoft might want higher right back. So you can see how Microsoft has been kind of stair-stepping its way. I think it could take another step up. Tesla definitely in play today. Of course, you guys found out about Elon stepping down as Twitter's CEO. And so what I'm looking for Tesla, right? I'll be going on the 15-minute. I need it to come back to yesterday's range, right? Or the prior day's range, right? This was Wednesday's range where it went down to 173.76. You can see right now we're at 175. So I'm going to be looking for pullbacks into that area around, let's say, 173.50, 173.75. Somewhere in between there, I'll be looking for a little bit of a dip buy on this, but it needs to come back. If it does come back a little bit stronger and really just kind of gets hit, I'll be looking also towards the 173. We'll see what happens in Tesla today on those pullbacks. All right, let's keep it going, team. If you guys got tickers to look at, definitely throw them up in the chat. This is one of those days where there's so much going on that we're just going to have to look around, right? We're going to have to take a look to see what can get moving, what else is going on out there, team. So if you guys have stocks that are on your watch list, definitely throw them up. And I'm seeing a little bit here. SBFM already up a good amount. This one pulling back here right before the bell. We'll look to see if this can go higher or lower. This one made a nice move yesterday. It's going lower right now, but keep your eyes on it, right? We'll see what other ones are coming up. Polar Power. Will this one get moving? This one made a move to $2 in the pre-market the day prior. We'll look to see if this gets moving today. And, of course, if you guys got tickers, throw them up in the chat. JAGX, another one. We'll see. These are a lot of healthcare names here, but we'll watch what happens today as there's going to be a lot of actions. And like always, you guys can check out Moomoo. I'm going to throw up the link for that in just a few seconds, but you guys can hit the QR code or the link right there in the description if you guys want to get up to free 20 stocks, right? Can't go wrong with that. All right, catching up with the chat. How we doing out there, team? Smash the like button. We got Gary J, Paul C in the house, Matthew, Carmen, Becca, Mods, Evil, Silver, Fresh to Death. You know it, my friend out there. We got Ryan, Becca, Kenneth, Wally. What's going on, you guys? Hit the like button. Jay, what do you see out there? And of course, the Crow, baby. You know he's out there. Ha, ha. Let's get to the action. Danzo, Polestar? Oh, come on, man. You got to give me one better than that one. MasterCard says D-Sane. We'll take a look at some of those actions. Let's go ahead. Palantir was a good one as of late, right? I was able to play that one. That was the best win of the day in the small account challenge. We'll see if it takes another step up through 10 today. It's at 994, looking for that 10 break. Baba, nice move yesterday off of that. Of course, we talked about that China move. Will this continue? I think you look at the hourly chart and you say, okay, well, can you hold the hourly pullback to yesterday's action and then catch the lift again? So if you zoom in a little bit, what do you see here? Yesterday's support right around the 8650s. So maybe we get an 8640 test and it comes right back through 8650s. That's kind of the area that I'd look at, but you got to be careful, right? Because the pullback could be towards 8570s. So know your outs. Like always. All right, I can take a look at TUP. We'll see what happened there. Moomoo gave me a bunch of NOK and FSIL. You can't go wrong. FSIL, actually, I have one share that will eventually be given to me. FSIL is one that I actually like the chart overall. So I'm going to keep this one on the daily, of course, but nothing that I'm trading right now. But if this can come back up through kind of threes, this is going to be looking pretty good. Of course, this one likes to move also with plug power. So look to see if plug can start making its way back first. But we'll see what happens there in FSIL. All right, BFRG. What else is going on? Bullfrog AI pulling back a little bit there. Not the best looking chart right now on the daily. So I'm going to leave that one alone. AI was looking a little bit better here. I know Zunaid has been trying to play that one, but Taiguecito, what's up out there, Oscar? How we doing? Like button hit. Let's smash it up, guys. Let's see how many likes we can get before the bell here. It's 9:22. I'm going to check in right now to see how many likes we get. Can we get 200 likes before the show starts? Come on, guys. You guys know I'm here by myself. Gonna have to push it. Get the likes up there. Let's see if we can get them up. Only at 59 likes right now. Smash that up, team. And you guys are going to be the determining factor of how long I stay on today. I'll tell you right now, guys. 200 likes, that gets me to 10:30. You guys want me on till 11? We're going to need at least 300 likes. So that's the goal set right now. We'll see what happens. All right, let's keep a look at what other stocks you guys are watching today. Fubo. Let's take a look at that one. That one's been strong as of late. Of course, they reported earnings, and it has been taking a nice little pop. It pulled back there to 178. Does this want $2 again? That's something to watch, right? This is not a bad-looking move as a recent one. But one thing that I'd be looking for is a pullback into this space, right? Pullback into the 170s. So I would leave this alone. I'd be looking for the pullbacks closer towards the 9 EMA. So that's a 165 pullback and then a recovery of 190s. So right now I would be looking for a pullback there in Fubo. NVIDIA looks a little weak here, but I'm still keeping an eye on the daily because I know that can go higher and we could just end up ripping, right? We'll keep a watch on SOXS to see if SOXS wants higher or not. It seems like there's a lot of levels here to watch. So what I'm going to do is just delete everything, right? We just zoom back a little bit. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Help us out a little bit, right? Get a little bit further in the time frame. When you're further, you can see the action a little clearer, right? You can see how we're going sideways here on SOXS. But we have 1 up, 1 down, 2 up, 2 down, 3 up. We could have that 3 down and then the move higher. So that's what I'd be looking for. I'm looking for that kind of red to green action, come back to 20s, then go back and take out the 21 on the upside for SOXS. That's just the way that the chart's looking at it. We'll see what happens there. All right, smash it up, team. If you guys get anything else, we'll go to the action like always. All right, we're about 6 minutes from the bell here. It's 9:24. Market's not open just yet. Take it easy, meow. All right, what other ones are being talked about in the chat there? PRST. You guys call it out there. This one's interesting, right? We've talked about this one. Let's take a look there on the chart. I have it up here in the TC. Let's take a look there. You can go sideways here and just extend the line. When did we originally draw this? We created this on the May 9th. Now we're updating it on the 12th, 3 days later, and we're still going sideways there, but setting up for a move, right? And I feel like this is one that definitely we can keep an eye out for a move back above here on this closing action. That's a move above 361. What is it going to take to get it there? Well, it needs some volume. Look at the volume on this. It's completely died off since pretty much the 21st towards the 24th. We need some type of volume to get it higher there. Is it just stair-stepping its way? Yes, but it's going to need a little volume if we're going to get it back there towards the $5 for the breakout there in PRST. Does it look bad on the daily? Not by any means, but next level above it, $4 will also act as resistance when we get there. So be careful there, team. We'll see what happens there on PRST. Tilray, not something I'm touching right now. I think cannabis will eventually bottom, and it's probably going to bottom this year, but at what prices, right? Look at CGC. It's down to $1. What do you guys want in that space? You guys got to be careful there. All right, let's keep it going, team. EMPH, Laura, good mention. All right, so FSLR doing an acquisition today, actually pushing higher than 200, and it's a big push. So what can I look for in the bell here? I can look for SEDG to maybe make a nice push higher. It all depends on how I want to trade this. If I really want to trade this, I got to keep it really tight today, looking for the push higher through the 300s and having a hell of a good day. So First Solar is one that I'll be watching. Of course, that's already above the 200. SEDG is one way to look at it. Max N, really good earnings yesterday. This one could continue. So this one, I'll be looking for pullback opportunities to get in, but that's a pullback towards 33.83s. Right now, we're at the highs. This could just push through right through yesterday's high, the 37.20s, 37.15 actually being that high. So let me adjust this there. So we'll see if that one can go higher. That's Max N. And you could look at Array, things like this. Will this take the next step up higher? You can see Array already trying to take another step. And you can go to the daily chart. You can see how this has been trying to build up here. Now could start making a move higher. This one doesn't look bad at all. Look at the weekly chart as this one's built up. Let's see if this one starts to make a move to the upside. And there's some other solar names, right, to keep a watch on. Let me see in solar what is standing out here. Okay, let me go to here, and I'm going to do by RSI just to take a look at this. And let me go ahead and take a look there. RSI is pointing towards some names like FTCI, VVPR, SunW, but these are names that are really kind of hit hard there. So I'm looking for something that's starting to show that up action. Max N still looks like the best one right now. All right, we'll see what happens here towards the bell. It's 9:29. We got about a minute left here. Going to keep a watch on the SPY to see if we start pulling back here out the gates. I could see a red first action, and maybe we find some buy the dippers. We'll see what happens today. Let's get to the action. And, of course, I'll let you guys know when I'm looking at things in my Moomoo account for the small account. I need a woosah. Let's get to the action, team. It's just me today, so we'll keep it going as much as I can here. And I might have to play some music today. I will let you guys know. Today's going to be that day that I have to play a little bit of music because with the small account challenge, it really draws a lot of my attention just because you guys know I'm trying to push forward. I get to that next step. And the way to do that is to really focus on the account, right? It's a small account. It's harder to trade in there than it is even in my original accounts. So we'll see what happens today. Lo-fi to start it off, and then I'll get to some lovely reggae action a little bit later. All right, let me know if it gets too loud out there, team. It's just starting up, All right, let's get to the action. It's about 9:29:14. I'm ready to go ahead and get to the action. Let's see what we can get today. All right, let's go to the other action. You're already leaving me, Paul C? All right, let's get to what else is going on there. Small account, Biggie Smalls. Let's go. Boo-boo, market's not open, right? Let's go. Get it open. Now announcing AI. Thank you, Sabrina. That's a nice one. I'll keep a watch on that. That's Service Now. That's a bigger stock there, but daily levels have a little bunch up yesterday, kind of inside day. Move above 455 would be interesting there. But to tell you the truth, it's a little bit wide to play that now name. So that's a little bit of a tough one. All right, guys, we're getting the opening bell here. I definitely will take a look at the SPY action to see what happens towards the first kind of movement here. And we could take a look at maybe like SOXL or something like that. But I'll be looking around to see different names like NVIDIA, see how those are doing today. It's going to be a tough one. There's SEDG already giving me that lift off there, and I couldn't get the first move there. So I'm going to look to see if I can get some pullback action, but not a bad little first lift there for SEDG up there towards 303. But the spread is a little wide on SEDG, so be careful out there with that name. MaxN is another one, of course, I'll be watching in the solar names. We'll look to see if we get a little bit of pullback in there. It's pulling back right now. Spread is about 26 cents wide. Not the biggest, but also not the best. Energy getting a little bit of a lift here out the gates. Also, NVIDIA giving me a little bit of a price alert there as that wants a little bit lower. We'll see if it actually does cut lower there. It's just hanging out here at the 285. I'm watching to see if it cuts through on the downside or does it make an upside move here. So Solar Edge back there towards 304. Not probably going to be able to grab this as it's already going higher. And it just didn't seem to make sense for me there. But First Solar pushing to 211 there gives me another outlook. ENPH was one that we could watch. There's a nice little push in ENPH there. So you're getting that lift off there. So nice little move. And whoever was looking at ENPH in the morning, hey, shout out to you. KRE, how's the banks doing now? I see banks starting to come down a little bit there. And I'm going to go ahead and set an alert there. Below 3620s, that's the kind of outlook that we need to be looking for KRE to really worry us. If that's not happening, I think we have upside action. NVIDIA pushing right out the gates to the upside right now. And so that doesn't make me feel too much on the bearish side. I talked about NVIDIA. This looks like it could go to another step higher here. I look at the hourly, and this looks like it's holding there the hourly support and can now take to the next levels upside here. So NVIDIA, nice little push out the gates. AMD is another one that we could look at for maybe a little push higher. I like the hourly chart on AMD, how you could risk off of kind of 96.60s here for a move to 99. This one doesn't look actually that bad at all here. I would like to get it at 97, but it already went off of that 97. So I'm going to look for 97.10s here, 97, to see if maybe we can even play it into the small account. For AMD, of course, I'm not going to be able to get that much, but maybe we can work it with a nice risk off of the kind of the 96 spot. So risk about $1 here, looking for a move higher from 97 up towards 99 and 100. Wouldn't be too bad there. All right, at least for start swing trade, I think this is a really nice one. I'm looking at AMD pull back right now. The small account, it takes me a little bit more. So I'm just not used to the order out there. So you can see right now AMD is trying to push. I'm looking for it. Let's see if it can get that next level. All right, we'll see if it does want to come up here. Nice little setup there on 97s, 96.40s. Holding right now. Now it's starting to pull back there. Oof, so quick there, guys. So quick. It got bought up so quickly there at the 97.10s. Looking for a little slightly below the 97.10s here. So they're not giving me a chance. They're just bidding there, and they're just getting it right back up higher. Maybe I need to jump off a little bit off of the VWAP there, but man, seems like there's some good buying there going on, and I'm missing this. You can see how it came back down really quickly through that 97.10s, but the bidding action went really fast through there. All right, you guys throw up some stocks out there. I'm going to try to keep an eye out on a lot of moves today. I do like lithium names today, Trish. We'll see what happens. If that does get the move, you can let me know. LAC, maybe a name like that. That's moving up higher already. AMD, I'm going to miss this move, man. It's a little frustrating. I like the 97.10s. It's already there, 97.35. That's a little frustrating, team. That's the hard part about doing all this by myself right now. So if I miss some trades today, I got to be patient. I got to let them go. And it's how it goes sometimes. That was a nice look, just slow reactionary. and should have just put the order out there just to get filled. On a day like today, I'm not going to be able to really be watching the ask and the bid so much. So I got to be quick to the move. Look at NVIDIA going higher here. Now AMD back to 97.45. Nice little move out the gates there. NVIDIA moving up higher now to 287.79. That looks like it's trying to push higher. And lithium names don't look too bad either. LAC pushing higher. That's one that I'd keep an eye out for. LTHM. I like how this is a little bit lower there. It hasn't really taken off here. This is one I've been watching. It has been pulling back there on the daily as of late. But this one loves to take off. And when it takes off, it has a really nice ride higher. A lot of the times pulling back here towards prior day support. So I'm keeping an eye on it here to see if it wants to rebound a little bit. PLL is another one that I've been keeping a close eye on. This one's been looking like it wants to load up a little bit through the 60s. So we'll see what happens right now as it's pulling back. PLL. All right, overall market here is pulling back here. I'm going to look for a nice little green move eventually. The Q's really strong right out the gates there. So nice little move there. Lavin trying to recover here. LTHM trying to recover the VWAP here. Got the risk off of kind of like the 25.50s here for a move back up towards 26 here. Nice little hourly support is right underneath it at the 25.50s. This would be kind of more of a swing a little bit higher here. How's Tesla out the gates? Did we get a nice little pullback there? No, not much there on the pullback. Went to 175, didn't come to 173.76. And it looks like the market wants higher. Qs are going higher against the SPY. That's an interesting outlook there as the Qs now pull back to the VWAP. We'll see if that catches the bounce there. SPY trying to turn around, so keep your eyes on that. I think Apple's one definitely that could go higher. That's pulled back after a nice little push. How's Google doing here? Google pulling back here towards the VWAP. That one looks like it wants a little higher and doesn't want to really go lower. So that's one that I could look to play on the swing a little bit higher here for Google. It is pulling back, but I wanted 115 pullbacks. It just doesn't want to go down there, at least it seems like right now. AMD now back below 97. So this is my opportunity if I feel like this is going to be a nice little push higher here. So I'm letting AMD test down right now because we are getting a little bit of a decline. Big part of this is looking at the KRE, and KRE is down to 36.29. So some regional banks showing a little bit concerned here, but now I see PacWest making a move higher. I like that for AMD to go ahead and get a starter in there. Just got a starter there right now at 97 there. This isn't the swing trade account here, so I'm looking at it right here. Just grabbed a little bit there at 97. Can add there. It did very small with AMD. A lot of the times it does test down on me. So I'm letting it test here 96.80s to see if it starts coming back. If not, I can let go of it through 96.60s here for the smallest entry right now. It's like not even a fifth of what I want in AMD. There's a little bit of a pullback. It's a little bit heavier right now. You can see it down there in 76 there. Not necessarily what I want to see right now, but I'm looking to see if we get some bidding action recovery here. It starts making its way back to 97. So it's creating that kind of that double bottom look on the 5 minute. And it has about 2 minutes left on this candle. So I'm going to give it that 2 minutes left just to see if it comes and wipes me out. And if it wipes me out on just the first entry that I got, trust me, that's going to be nothing. I can actually hold even $1, $2, $3 on this sizing before it would actually matter. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of a piece. Want to see the double bottom happen, and then it come right back through the 97. So I'm going to show you guys that 5 minute outlook here. You can see how it's kind of trying to bottom there. I'm looking for that bottoming action to turn right back up. TRVN running. Okay, so what I'm going to do there is if you guys got tickers, let me know. Do you guys see the bottom left chart? I can put this up there. This can show us 6 charts there, and I can put up some names there. TRVN is being mentioned out there. TRVN. That one's interesting. That one's getting a little bit of a pop there from the 160s. Let me see the hourly chart. I like how the hourly chart is holding 150 pullbacks on that one. Just got to look for a move back above 170, 175s. But I do like that, the way that it's looking right now on the hourly. I'll show you guys that. That's this middle chart here. AMD taking a dip down there. So I'm going to focus on that to see if I'm just going to get out of it. It is pulling back significantly. NVIDIA looks a little bit better. It's just at VWAP versus like AMD testing the lows right now. But just keeping an eye on to see if the banks are going to really break down, because that's really where I'm looking at and my concern to the downside. All right, there's AMD pulling back there. Still hasn't closed on this 5-minute candle here, so I'm giving it about 15 more seconds here. All right, team, and there is going to be a really good cannabis event later on today, and I will tell you guys a little bit about it towards the close, towards the end of my show. But stick around, team. Lot of action today. All right, there's the 5-minute closing, and it closes right around the 60 levels, so I can start looking for let it test 96.50s. As it comes back into a green candle, that's when I want to start adding on AMD for the upside action. NVIDIA also looking good here, so I could really go after NVIDIA off like kind of the 186 if I wanted to here. That's about a 40-cent risk there. Let's see what would be the upside. Upside would be about $1.30, so not too bad. We're talking 3-to-1 on NVIDIA here if I want to take a shot. All right, let's look at NVIDIA here. It doesn't look too bad there at 286.35. Now it's pulling back here. So giving it a little bit of a chance here. Don't mind it here. All right, trying to get a little bit here. It jumped on me a little bit there. Grabbed 286.60s there. The ass jumped on me a little bit there. Now I'm going to look for a little bit of a pullback add there into the kind of 285.30s. If I do get a pullback into there, I will add at like 38. But right now, I just got a little started there on that. Now I want to add to the AMD trade as we're starting to see the candle go to the green side here. And so looking to grab a little bit of the AMD trade now in the 60s. Let me see if I can add in the 60s here. Ooh, quick pullback there. It went right back into the red. Order out there. Now I was able to add a little bit of AMD. Just got to watch it now. Slowly. I want this candle to go right back to the green. So battling here with AMD team and NVIDIA. Got a little bit of NVIDIA. Got a little bit of AMD. Average on NVIDIA is 286.49. So got to keep an eye on that one too. Really don't want to get through that kind of last candle, 286 there for NVIDIA. So below 286, we'll get out there. I'm setting a stop there at around the 285.80s. All right, just setting that up there. Now NVIDIA getting into the green there for me. AMD now starting to get back into the green there for me. And I'm being patient here. Going to look for a 945 reversal back to the upside. Just got to keep battling here. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Trying to be patient and slow to the move versus being really quickly and looking for that reversal around the 945 where we could get the up action. KRE is still heavy, and that's what I think is really affecting the market. But the SPY's back to the VWAPs. Let's see if we could start getting this back into the green and seeing the Qs go deeper into the green. So keeping an eye out on names like NVIDIA and TRVN, not looking too bad. I do see some volume finally starting getting in that one. Nice little pullback there to the 155. That's one that I'll keep on eyes here for kind of the small account challenge. TRVN doesn't look too bad there off the 160s. Do see that 2,000 ordered, but there's a 6,400 order at 167. That's what's keeping it from really taking off there. So watching that right now. The battle's on, team. Trying to do a lot today. Top suspended for suspicious activity. I wonder. Array Long says Jameer Dennis. Hey, there you go. That one didn't look too bad earlier. We have numbers at 10 a.m. Might bring the market down just before. Hey, something to keep an eye out for, right? 944 team. Let's keep it going. You guys keep throwing up stocks out there, and I will take a look at what's moving out there, of course. Just watching AMD now go a little bit into the red on the 5-minute candle. So no ad there yet. I only got 2 of my ads, 2 of the 5, right? So I could still add 3 more times there on AMD. NVIDIA, I could too, but I'll let you know on NVIDIA, I'm just holding towards that 286. Anything below that 286 will probably get me out. I'm taking my shot there. We'll see what happens on that one. It'll be a small little cut down there because I don't want to add too much on NVIDIA until we really start getting into the favor. SPY went up there, right back below the VWAP. KRE is what I'm really keeping an eye on there. It's just hanging at the bottom of the range. Goldman Sachs going a little lower. So I'm keeping an eye on to see if the banks go lower, because that is one of the concerns out in the market. Bank of America lower also. So watching the banks, team. We'll see what happens. There's AMD now testing there, the 95.40s here. Don't want to see that break through. If I do, I'll probably just start getting out of AMD. I'd rather get out of it early and then look to get back in it than just get caught too much on a washout. So keeping up with the action right now in AMD. NVIDIA bouncing a little bit. There's the SPY bouncing a little bit, so we don't look too bad there. TRVN doesn't look too bad there. I just want to see that 6,700 seller get the hell off the 67s. There it is. Now he's gone. Now he's not there anymore. So that's important. You see how there was a big seller at 167. Now he's gone. He's disappeared. He could show up again when you get to 167. So that's what I'd be looking for. But he is starting to kind of pull out of there. We'll look to see if it goes back up towards the 167. Does he show up? So you know how I talk about how sometimes, like, if you put it up too early, you're giving away your hand. That's what he was doing. He was giving away his hand, and now he pulled it off. All right, setting a stop here at 96.30 there for AMD. Might get stopped out on this turnaround here, and it's okay. If I do, boom, just got hit there on AMD. I'm out there. Really, really tiny loss. We're talking almost nothing there, team. So I just wanted to get at least some exposure here early to see if we were going to get a rip. We're not getting it. We're getting KRE to go a little lower, and that's a little bit scary there. You can see the KRE here in the middle. That's going lower. Bank of America going lower. I think that that's what can drag the market. So we got to be careful there. I'm out of the AMD. Look, NVIDIA is actually in the green right now. So I'm looking at that one to see if that one really wants to drive here. NVIDIA is actually in the green and went to the 287s here. You can see how we're kind of VWAP bouncing there on the 5 minutes. So not looking too bad right now. I just can't break through the 286.30 levels. We have an average here of 286.49, so pretty much 286.50s. Doesn't look too bad where I'm at, so I'm looking to see if this could push a little bit higher, but AMD definitely got me out there. So I'll show you guys right here, pretty much at right here on this level. We'll look to see if that could push higher back to the upside. Sorry about the charts there. I'm trying to deal with the layout changes here, but it's a little bit different for me. Smash the like, team. All right, rum for a breakout. Not a bad one there. FSLR still strong, Matt. Thank you for bringing that up. Let's take a look at the Explore tab, see what's going on there. TRVN going lower there, not looking good there. NVIDIA pulling back a little bit. SPY heading down quickly there. Be careful there, team, as I do see the Bank of America going lower, KRE going lower, SPY going lower. I think that might start dragging some of this market here. So as a matter of fact, I'm actually going to cancel orders there on NVIDIA. I'm probably just going to get out of NVIDIA. It just doesn't look that great for me right now. In the red a little bit here. Just looking to see if we're going to cut through this 286.30s. If we do, I'll just get out there. There's the 286.20s. I got out there trying to get out. Still didn't even get out there, man. That flew through that position there. Boom. Had to take a little bit more hit there on the slippage there on NVIDIA. Man, that was fast there, team. So it got a little bit of a hit there. The NVIDIA and the AMD hit are the same hit. So they're really small. But I can see the SPY wiping out there. Now we can really start taking a look at like maybe SOX S that we were looking at earlier. And you can see how that's taking off. Real quick takeoff there as it's starting to come back to the 2050s. SPY going lower there. KRE going lower here. So we got to be careful, team. We're going to start seeing some kind of wipeout looks here. So be careful out there, team, as I'm seeing a lot of pullbacks on this move. SOX S is one way we can look at this. We could also take a look at this as a shorting, kind of what can we short. We could also take a look at maybe SQQQs long here. SQQQs just took off the 28s there. Nice little move there off the bottoming action here. So there's some bottoming action here off the 2790s, off off this move here. So it doesn't look too bad there. We can go back right to 28. SQQQs look like they want a little bit more. So I'm going to start looking at SQQQs as probably my day trade here for, of course, the Moomoo account. So I'm going to focus in here, team. Let's see what I can do here. All right, got my account opened up here, looking for the move, but just need a pullback action here. Of course, I can't take too much shares. I can take like probably about 15 shares here. So I'm looking to see if we can get a pullback towards 28 here or below 28 to start getting in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in about 5 shares a piece, right? Because I don't need to put the order out all at once. So you'd be about 5 shares each and up to working it up to 15 shares. Looking for pullbacks here to get filled and seeing if the banks want to go lower. Today's a solar day, but it could also change. I think one of the things that I'm watching on that solar trade there is how FSLR does, because it's done the push. Now we'll see if it turns around. SEVG was a really nice move that I talked about before the bell, but wasn't able to get it. It's up there to 310s. We'll look to see if we get some pullback action now on the SQQQs. All right, now we're getting that pullback action, so I can start actually like leveling in some orders here for a little bit of a pullback entry fill. Let's see if we can start doing that and getting some fill here on the pullback. There's 27.98. SPY coming back pretty fast here. See if I can get a little bit more here. Not getting much here on the pullback. It's right there at 28. If I want to take 28s, I can. I'm not going to lie. I'm hesitating a little bit on 28s just because the SPY's coming back really fast here. So I get a little bit concerned. NVIDIA's down. AMD's down. Apple down. How's Google? Google's still holding strong. That one looks like it's holding the VWAP. How's the Tesla Dragon? It looks like it wants to hold here around the 176. That's where it gets a little bit concerning. Are we getting a little bit of a fake out? That's the hard part here in determining on what's going on in the Qs and what's going on with the market. Does it want to tech reverse here? So the Qs are coming right back to VWAP, starting to reject a prior support now. See if I can get a test down here towards the lows. The lows are around 27.82. So 27.90s here would be really nice. It's just a matter of, are we going to get the reversals or not? So this is where it gets a little bit hard, team. OJ in hand, Mitch. Let's go, baby. Little pinkies up action. Let's see what we can get. Trying to be patient with this pullback. I'm looking at the KREs and names like that. Pac W going lower. I think it all depends on like these banks. All right, got the first starter there. Let's see if I put the order out there at 28s. There you go. Just got a little bit of a fill there. Now I'm going to start trying to size in here on this one. Putting out an order at 97s, putting out an order here at 95s. Or let's do a little bit lower. Let me try to do 93s. Let's do 92s. All right, so you guys see I just got 10 shares now filled in. Average cost 27.98. Looking to add one more out there. Orders out there for 92s. I want to see if the Qs reject. And so I'll show you guys that trade right now. So you see the Qs right here. I'm looking for them to start rejecting this line here and really starting to come back down and getting heavy here. So I'll make it even bigger here. I'll show you guys the chart. That's what I'm looking for, a rejection down lower. Let's see if we get it. That's the SQQQ, a little bit higher. Let's see if we can start doing this. All right, so you guys can see if we pull back to the VWAP right now, that's going to be about 92. So that should probably get my last little fill there. We'll look to see if we get it. And I can hold off kind of 2780s here. Won't be a big risk. And I can look to see if we actually start seeing some breakdown on the day. Another thing I can do is just keep an eye out on the Qs above 327s. Can definitely make sure that I get out. See if we want lower. Trying to keep it on the 5-minute basis here to really kind of focus in here, team. You guys smash the like. We'll see what happens. Good call, Max N. Hey, there you go, NT. Taking the shot in the small account, team. We'll see if we get it. See if we get a nice little gain today. All right, looks like it wants to get back there towards 28. Hasn't gotten that 92 fill there, so I can still add one more trade out there, and I'll show you guys that it's just sitting there. Pending fill right there, 292s, 2792s. We'll look to see if that goes lower there and I get that fill there, but just going to stay there. Not going to add up here at to 28. If I only get to 10, so be it, team. All right, the Q's testing down here now. I just want to see it kind of wipe out. And a lot of this is also going to depend on the banks. Do we get the banks to keep going lower? Because if the banks go lower, I think we could get a turnaround to the downside. All right, we'll see what happens out there, team. Like always, guys, smash the like button. Trying to get after it today. Let's go. There's the SQQQs. Can KRE make a new low? That's what I'm looking at. 36.14s. Can he go through 36 here on the downside? Pac West, I want to see that start coming down. And that will probably get a little bit more of some downside action continuation. We'll see what happens. I'm taking my shot off of it. Like always, you guys choose your own levels. KRE leaking right now. Pac West leaking a little bit there, but not much. I want to see if it can get through kind of the 470s, really start leaking down there towards 450s, showing me a big bar to the downside. All right, at this point, nothing's going on with that order. So what I'm going to do is all cancel here, cancel all orders. Canceling all orders. Now I don't have that 5 share out there. If I wanted to, I could jump on the 28 now and ride this a little higher. All right, it does look like we're setting up there for the move. I'm seeing KRE go a little bit lower here. Just want to see KRE take out the lows there, and then I can look for an ad there on the SQQQs. We'll see what happens today. Got to manage the risk first. Small account challenge, baby. Let's see what I get. Taking my shot. Let's go. All right, losing patience with these China's names. I mean, hey, you choose what stocks you get into, right? You can always stay away from them. All right, let's go, team. Let's go. Trying to focus in here, trying to see if we're going to get some continued bank downside sentiment here to push us a little bit higher. KRE 3612s now. Let's see it take out those lows. That's a 3605 takeout, 36 takeout on the KRE is kind of what I'm focusing on right now. If we could get that, I think we get the action that we're looking for. But that's why I'm staying to the sideline right now, and that's the middle chart here on the bottom side. We'll see if we could get through there. Battle's on, team. Battle's on. All right, team. Now they're approaching those lows there, and I'm just looking for that nice little wipeout candle to the downside, and then that would give us a nice little booster there on the SQQQs higher. course, first stop, you gotta know where you're going, right? Know where you're going, right? So rewards. First stop is gonna be 28.22 and then 28.50. We can get 28.50s. That wouldn't be too bad, and we can keep pushing higher. What I like about this is it's still really small entry, right? 10 shares here. I could risk a decent amount here and look to this to get a little bit higher. Let's see if we actually get the cut down through. TRVN going now down to 150s. That doesn't look too good there, but keeping an eye also on the banks right now. See if we get lower. There's a nice little move there for JPM to the downside, but there was a huge wick there that showed up on the Qs as we went through the 326. There was a lot of volume filling in there, and now it's looking like it wants to recover a little bit. That's where it gets a little bit worrisome, but let's see if we can break through that 326 now again on the Qs. KRE did go right to 36 and it went right to 35.96. So it seems like there was some layering of buying there as it went to. It smacked really quickly, but now I want to see if it can continue the drag down. Push the 28.12s there on the SQQQ, so we're not looking too bad now. Now, if I really wanted to, I could fill in around the same entry, 98s, 97s, and then just keep adding to the position there. Doesn't look too bad right now. KRE, if you want to go, I won't be mad at you. Banks, I think, is what's dragging this a lot. And then I can start watching the tech names, but let's look for NVIDIA to break down the low in the pre-market here. If that goes lower, that doesn't look too bad. There's the Qs now to 326, getting a little lower here, and a nice little pop here for the SQQQs. We're looking a lot better here now, team. So now I can put out orders to add there at 28s or add at 27.98, right where I'm at. But what I want to do is just focus on the trades here now. Even if I just only have the 10 shares, hey, so be it, right? Just got to deal with what I can get, not worry about what I don't have. There we go. Now we're getting that action here. You can see the Qs on the left-hand side rejected that thick line there. Now we're going lower. NVIDIA going through that support there. That looking good there. KRE and PAC-W is one to keep an eye out for. Bank of America going lower there. And I saw JPM also. So I'm just going to keep also watch on that KRE 36. Can we just keep cracking that to the downside? Market's going to crack all day, then rip last hour to even everything out. Yeah, that could definitely happen. Check for Michigan consumer sentiment. That's a good call out there. Let me go ahead and pull up my Benzinga Pro here, and we can take a look at what we got there. Let's go to the SPY there and see what we're getting. So consumer sentiment came in at 57.7 versus a 63 estimate, 63.5 prior. Not much good sentiment there, but don't know how much that's really going to push us or push us lower. But I can tell you right now, we did do a little bit of a crack there. Now it's just going to be more, does the Qs recover 326? I want to see it reject 326 or 326.05 and then come right back down. Just keep stair-stepping lower. That's what I'm looking for. All right, let me get my Moomoo back up here. You guys see it? It went up there to 28.21s. We're up about a fabulous 0.5%. And I'm going to focus on the percentage more than the actual total P&L, team, just the way I do in my trades overall in my account. This helps me a lot, team, because a lot of traders focus way too much on the actual money versus the percentage gain. Because if you can get a nice, let's say 6-8% gain, 5% gain on your trades and just keep stacking those up, they add up, team. And that's what I'm looking to do here on this small account challenge. Let's go. Mitch, do you have a solid swing play on today or just day trading? Right now, the swing trade I still have is NCLH, but that's to the upside, so that doesn't look the greatest. If I was swinging something right now, I'd be looking at, like, let's say, what can I go short against? I wouldn't mind swinging NVIDIA short here off the 285s, but I've already missed it, and I played NVIDIA long, so I feel like I'm going against myself, but it is looking like it is turning around. Remember, that's one of the strongest stocks, so if you're going to short that, you got to be very careful. I did short it yesterday for a really nice win. It is breaking down to the 284s, but I want to see if the banks keep going lower. There's KRE going a little lower now. KRE is one that I'm watching at for sure. It went above the 36, now below the 36. Let's see if we break the low 96 here. We just tapped it. Let's see if we go through towards the 95, 90s and see that keep going lower. Now the Q's wanting to go lower. And where did it reject? 326. It went to 325.94, 325.95. Now wants a little lower. NVIDIA going lower. SQQQs 28.27, baby. We're looking good here, team. Let's see what happens there as the SQQQ keeps climbing and the smaller cap keeps rising, baby. Let's go. Not bad move here. We'll see if this can keep moving higher here. We're not looking too bad there as the SQQQs work up. This is kind of now and just got to let it work, right? I mean, can't be too quick to the gun here. Now just got to let it work. So, of course, I could look for some other trades out there. I can look for some swing trades, some day trades. How's the Tesla pullback? That's getting hit hard here, even though people probably thought Tesla was going up today. So that's definitely getting the flush down there. Even the strong name like Google going into the red here towards 116. I'm looking for a daily pullback on Google towards 115 or below. I wouldn't mind getting back into the name, but it has gone a pretty significant amount with that first AI mentioned. KRE is trying to test towards the 90s, trying to crack another level lower. That's what I'm watching right now. Bank of America right down towards the lows. And that's the important part for me is just keeping an eye on the banks. Getting in on the gush, says Wisdom. We'll see what happens there. Smart Money is repositioning their shirts at the top. Yeah, their shorts. Yeah, I think so too, man. And I think that that could be happening here as we're starting to get a nice little wash down there. But of course, I'm playing this direction, so maybe I'm a little biased here. 2830 showing up there. We're starting to make our way. We're up over 1% on the SQQQs. We're looking for a nice little 4-6% win there. If I can get a 4%, 6% win on the SQQQs, I'll take that any day. That's a move above 29 today. So we can still get a lot more room here on the SQQQs to start seeing them work. So I'm just going to try to let this just continue doing its thing right now and keep doing its lift. All right, we'll see what happens if we keep getting that wipeout. There's 10 o'clock here. We'll see if we get a little bit of some pullback action back there towards the VWAP for the Qs overall. KRE is trying to recover 36. Just keep your eyes on the stronger names, right, to see if they come back. NVIDIA, names like that. NVIDIA's to the pre-market low, trying to take out yesterday's low right now as it just kind of did a little bit of a bull trap here. AMD doing the same thing and going lower. Mitch, I'm feeling saucy and gonna boil yourself. Oh man, hang in there, Wisdom. Hang in there. You might need to start praying to whichever side you pray on, Wisdom, because it's going to be hard to get that boil. Hawaii, you enjoying it? I'm just chilling, man. We're just chilling, a little bit of music in the background. I hope you guys are enjoying it. It's kind of hard to keep, on screen the whole time on a day like today, but definitely smash the like out there, team. I'm battling with you guys. Pinkies on up. Let's keep it going, team. So I'll show you guys what I've been looking at. So on the 1 hour, we just closed this rectangle here, and that's okay, right? Like I could see a pullback happening here, and that's okay. That's not going to be a bad thing if we see a little bit of a pullback action here. That was kind of where I was looking for this to kind of go ahead and pull back a little bit here. But now we're going to look to see if we can get through the next level, which is going to be that 2850s. So do we reload a little bit here and go to 2850s? That's what I'm looking at. And a lot of that, I think I'm just keeping an eye on the KRE. It rejects 36 here. Do we want lower on the banks? When the banks go down, I feel like that's when it starts dragging a lot of the tech names. So I'm keeping an eye on that. Another way to be playing this is the FAZ, right? If you want to day trade that and maybe looking for a vehicle or something like that you can get after. Of course, FAZ doesn't look too bad there as you're seeing that go higher here and could keep pushing on the day. Going back to my SQQQs and keeping up with it, right? That's all we need to do now. Now we can go ahead and be kind of more on a 5-minute basis. 15-minute basis and just let the stock do its thing. A lot of times you need to let the market work for you and not you work for the market. NCLH really getting you hit on that, but I'm just going to keep going with that. Keep battling. All right, let's go. Let's see what else is out there. Where's the gang? I have no more buying power. Don't worry. I don't either, Armored Plates. If I had more on this SQQQ, trust me, I'd probably get it. I have like 5 shares I could grab, but that'd have to be back down there towards the 99s, 98s. We'll see what happens on the day. All right, looking around to see what else we can get into. Going to see if the market wants to make a comeback or not. Do we want to just keep leaking out here? I'm looking at the sectors overall. Let's see what's in the green today. Utilities, basic materials, and industrial plays. Then you see defensive names up a little bit. That's interesting to see. Energy in the green. What's in the red? Real estate, consumer cyclical, and financial services, of course. Financial services, I think, are leading a lot of this action. Technology is down almost just as much as financial services. So we can really keep our eyes on those areas. If technology comes back, the Qs come back, right? Financials come back. I think the SPY comes back. We'll see what happens on this if we still see a leak in the financial services. So that's one way to look at it. I could just simply just pull up financial services and keep an eye on it. What's going on out there? Lily? Ooh, Lily. Nice little move there in Lily. Nice little pull back there to the VWAP. Man, I'm still kicking myself. I didn't swing this one or hold on to it. We got in this one at 330. It came down through the 325s. Didn't go back into it through the 330. And that's how you can miss one. You can play it on the way down, get stopped out, not play it on the way up, and then miss out on this big move. It's a tough one. But Lily staying strong. Merck stay strong. Yeah, Merck doesn't look too bad either. That's getting a little bit of a push up, pulling back here towards the 118s. These don't look too bad. Merck. What about Johnson & Johnson? That's pulled back a significant amount. Holding here on the support. This actually doesn't look too bad. If I want to risk off the lows right now, but just got to be risking off kind of like the 161, a little slightly below that, maybe 160.75. Interesting for a swing trade there on Johnson & Johnson. It's one that I might actually take for start swing trade. I'm just considering it right now where I could get it. It'd have to be close to that 161, so I could risk off the bottom action on the day. Crow called out get around. That one's down right now. It's around the 50 cents. Doesn't look too good there for me. And I'm not seeing much in the penny land. What are you guys seeing out there? Are you guys seeing anything in the penny land? I'm not seeing too much out there, team, especially from the open. Saw some names early on, but we can find some easily. Ouster would probably be one, of course. And that's a LiDAR play. Pulling back right now around the VWAP. So I can show you guys that one. Let's take a look at that. This is Ouster. Ouster, LiDAR play here, pulling back here towards the VWAP. Will it take the next step up and get to 5? I don't know what news was out with this one. It might have been just earnings. Does have some resistance right above it, but if it can get above the 450s, it could drive a little bit higher towards the 5. So about 50-cent play there I see in play. We'll see if it goes a little bit higher. Looking around, team. Looking around to see what I can find. Not much, Money Mitch. Things cooling a bit, says the Crow. And that can happen too, right? We can see a little bit of a cool down. And you can't be mad about that. You just roll with the stocks, man. Roll with it, right? We'll see if we get some continued downside and I can just keep riding this trend. But time to change up the music. Time to change the tunes, man. I want to bring something else in here. I'm going to go ahead and get some of my old tunes ready here. And this definitely is a day where, you know what I do, team? I make sure monetization's off, team. You guys out there smash the like, though, for me. Since I'm not making a dime on the ads and you guys aren't getting ads, do me a favor, guys. Get those likes up. All right, where we're at. We're at 166. Can we get 200? Let's go. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. Saw basic materials up today. It is trying to bounce a little bit there, but I don't know, man. I don't know about that trade. I don't see too much there moving to the upside. Let me see here. I'm looking through, see if anything stands out for me. Nada. Not silver, not gold, not paper. Maybe industrial metals and minerals. That's holding a little bit better. So you're talking kind of your Valet. Valet isn't doing too bad there. Been seeing that kind of hold up there around 1350s, but not too much there either. Tech holding up a little bit. TECK. There's not much though, team. So I'm just keeping an eye on it to see what's going to happen here. LAC pulling back on the day. It was looking good, but not looking good anymore. And it's all going to be about Tesla, right? Tesla goes lower there. I wouldn't really like lithium names today. So that's not looking the best either. It's one of those days where it just doesn't look that good. All right. What's up out there? Ryan knows real estate, baby. Ryan knows everything, man. These Ryans. You got that put, baby? Pinkies up. All right. ASTS partnership. Interesting. In Boyle, looking for 3 wisdom. Let's take a look at Boyle today. On a day like today, I can look at a little Boyle. Boyle looks like it's trying to push there towards the 3. We'll see if it gets up there. It's trying to get through the 290s right now. Doesn't look too bad. First resistance up 290s. Look to see if you get that through that 290s. Then we'll look to see if we can keep going. All right, trying my best not to rush towards profits right now, right? A lot of people rush towards profits, and that's a hard thing to do, right? We want to try to establish that risk to reward and kind of stick on to it because it's going to be a battle. It's never going to be just one way, right? So stay in the battle today, team. We'll see what happens. Not just one way, right? That's what it is all about. All right, let's go ahead. Let's ease the mind with a little bit of some music change here. You're all on a Carnival cruise. No Carnival cruises. You see, that YouTube knows how to advertise to me, baby. All right, team, let's go. Let's get it going here. Smash it up. You guys are hanging out with Money Mitch here. Of course, live trading. Hit it up there. Let's get the tunes going here. Let's see if we can keep playing some blues, some funk, some reggae to this market and see if it keeps singing my tune. Let's go. Fubo still holding well. Let's go. Where did your cruise go? If you said it. Yeah, I went to Mexico, 2 Mexico spots, Costa Maya, Cozumel, and then also went to Honduras, Rotan. That was really fun. Not going to lie, I haven't been to Honduras before. And of course, you know, it's a little bit of a poor country, but it's really, really fun to visit. The excitement, smiles, you can see it. I always love the Islanders. Let's go. Mitch, where's the crew at today? They're out traveling, team, and I'm out here trading. Let's go. You know it, Caleb. Masgo is fire for sure, and I like vibes like this, right? Like I don't need someone singing to me. I could just feel the vibe, the sax. Oh, I mean the sax is so sexy, baby. And these are my type of guys. They just like to vibe and jam, right? I used to do jam sessions all the time. I miss doing that. I'm not too musically talented, but I can play a little drums. Oh, I would jam out. All right, trying to see if the stocks keep working in my favor. Big stock that I think is very important to watch here, the NVIDIA Dragon, right? I'm calling it a dragon because, man, this thing has not wanted to really break down. And look at the hourly, right? I talked about how this was even looking bullish this morning. We're going for the breakdown right now through the support. So I'm looking to see if we make a move down here towards from the 282s into the 280s, going back to the 270s here on NVIDIA. 283, big level here if we can break through it. Also could act as support. We'll find out. Let's go, team. We'll see what we get into the action. See if I can get something else, man. It just seems like it's like a slow down right now. So keeping an eye on to see the action out there. Let's go to my 6 charts here. Just keep your eye. And what do I see going lower and lower? And that's why I'm still also riding this trend. Of course, the KRE, talked about that earlier today. We'll see if this comes back. But you can see how it's just on the leak. That's why I'm watching things like PACW. Does that go lower, right? JPM, does that go lower? Bank of America, Goldman Sachs. It looked like they're pretty low on the day there. FAZ is another way to play this opposite direction, right? Does this want to keep going higher? I'll keep a watch on that. Jane, that's not bad music then. All right, let's keep it going. Let's hit the next tune and see what we could get into. All right, got to change the vibe up here. They got to change the vibe. All right, let's go with a little soldier. A little soldier. Smash the like out there, team. You guys having a good time? All right.
Make at least 5K and
Oh, I don't want to see your ad. All right, there we go. All right, team, let's see what we can get into. I'll put the vibes down here. There we go. We'll get vibe out, team. You guys smash the like out there. A little soldier for you. I don't want to wait for this market. But you got to be patient sometimes, team. You got to be patient. Let the market do the work, not me. Let it do the heavy lifting. All right, nice little bunch up here for the SQQQs. Let's see if we can make that next move through the 2830s towards the 2850s. That's what I'm looking for right now. Let's see if we get it. Qs are going sideways here, so we'll see if we get another leg down. I'm looking also to continue watching the banks, right? I think that's really my big focus today. If the banks want to keep going lower, maybe we go lower. PacWest really hasn't gotten hit like I thought it would. That's one thing to keep in mind because we could always bounce here, right? Let's keep that in mind. Never just a solid bottom, right? There's always kind of support there. So let's see if we do get a bounce. NVIDIA is just battling this 283 spot. Hasn't really broken it, but also hasn't really bounced there. Now the KRE is getting a little bit of a bounce here. We'll see if the market bounces with it. You see how KRE bounced first, and then you started seeing the Qs bounce. So keep your eyes on that. Battling right now. Show you guys the KRE, how that's bouncing a little bit there. There's the bounce there. Qs bounced a little bit there, but sideways action there. So keep an eye on also like an NVIDIA to see if that cracks the 283s. There's a battle out there. All right, top is being an attention hog again. I heard that top got halted on that. NVIDIA one chart, Bollinger, Keltner bands converging, momentum dropping, says Bruce. Yeah, we'll look to see if it keeps going. Calls on Soja. All right, I bet PacWest is going to be bought by a huge bank. Yeah, it could be. Hasn't gone away though yet. All right, let's take a look at what else is moving in the markets here. We're getting a little bit of a bounce here, so we got to be ready to just in case we do get that bounce. All right, let's go to the Explore tab. Let's take a look around. What is making moves? The best performing areas, right? Let me go ahead and I'll bring this down here. Let me just push it to the right. All right, so we can see here anti-pandemic moves, like kind of some biotechs making some moves up, paper products up a little bit. You see solar names were in the green, but now there's 18 of them in the red. So we'll look to see if those get a little bit of a bounce. Let's go to Array Technology. That's making a nice little lift there. There's some that are staying in the green. There are some that aren't. Max N doesn't look too bad at all, right? I mean, I'll show you guys the Max N chart right now. This is the Max N chart. Doesn't look too bad as that starts to push a little bit higher. So we'll see what happens on these as they want us to keep pushing or not. Will this make a move to 38.91s? Doesn't look too bad on the day. How's FSLR? That's staying into the green there. SEDG. That was one that I was looking at earlier. That's pulled back a significant amount. Maybe if it can get to 300, I can take a swing for it back to 315s. But right now, it's just going to be more about, do we get continued leakage? That's just my big focus right now for the day. Big part, NVIDIA, man. Just hanging out here. I'm looking to see if we're making a move back in NVIDIA or a move lower. All right, what else you guys looking out there? The roots rather than the grass. I like it, man. It's a slow day today. I will say that, guys. So smash the like. We'll still hang out. I'm thinking we're gonna get a little bit more speed up, but you never know with this market, right? Yeah. Gotta turn it up, man. All right, next tune. DJ, hit that thing. DJ, look how they be advertising me about cruises left and right. They know what to get at me. Would I trade Airbnb or leave it alone? Well, I can't tell you whether you should trade it or not, but I'll take a look at Airbnb. I got no problem. Earlier in the week, I liked it. That's all I'll say, but at least let's take a look right now, right? Earlier, I liked it, but as you can see, it's been going down and pulling back down, and it actually cut through a major important line here today. I don't like the action right now, at least from right now. It doesn't look that great, right? And I'll show you guys that on the Airbnb chart. Look at the daily chart. You start to break down there. It doesn't look the best there as you start to break this kind of 108 area. If you break through that 108 through 107s, you lose that kind of support, and it could be back down to 100. Airbnb, I think, is something that I always want to have some exposure in the long run. But the only question is at what valuation, right? It doesn't seem like right now it's finding that bottom. And it had just made a move up there towards like 140. So that's where it gets a little bit troublesome on this one. The only question is, do you have the courage to grow? Yeah, Wisdom, they know, man. Do you guys have the courage to grow, baby? Let's go out here, team. Seeing the leak today and playing the leak. So just trying to keep riding the wave, baby. Riding the wave higher. Can I ride the wave today? And that's the SQQQ wave. You guys know it. I actually don't mind my entries, but I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you guys think about my SQQQ trade? Yes, D. The courage to grow, baby. That soul's intention. You got that, baby? Let's go, KRE. You want to take another leg? Choose. Let's go. NVIDIA, do you want that 283? All right, how's Google now? Google right at VWAP, trying to make a little bit of a comeback. Apple still at lows there, so that shows a little weakness. Microsoft making another leg to the downside there. We'll see if it cuts through the intraday low there, but not looking too bad there as the Qs come to the 325.28s. Will NVIDIA break the 283s here? It's been holding on for a while now. Just want to see if we get that cut down through on the NVIDIA. There's 283.60s. There's 50s. Let's see if we really get that cut down through and really start seeing this really come down. All right, let me take a little analysis, see how the short float is doing on this one. Are we increasing short volume? And it looks like we are a little bit here. Definitely seeing that get a little bit higher and higher. Short interest is pretty high now. Are we seeing the turnaround on NVIDIA today? Are we seeing the turnaround on stocks overall, man? I'll tell you one thing. My NCLH position, that doesn't seem too good either. My Norwegian cruise line is going down fast, man. Just taking it easy right now, but man, it's definitely getting the pounded on. I'm not adding to it. I'm just going to stay in it right now. But if I lose 13, I got to go, baby. There you go, Manu. Caleb bounce off 107 in April. There you go. You're up 60% on the Tesla put? My dude. Killing it. Fubo short versus Fubo long. Fubo pulling back. Remember I talked about how I looked at that chart like it could come back to 160s. If it holds 160s, it won't be looking too bad there. There's NVIDIA, 283.20s, 283.13s. Can I get the 283? Come on. Show me that 283s. All right, SQQQ's making a move here, team. We're up about 1.14% now. Revolution, baby. All right, pushing that back. I need to focus in a little bit here, team, as we're pushing a little bit higher now, almost to 2840s, really starting to at least get some profit, right? And so right now is not the time for me to run towards it, but another thing to keep in mind that I just want to see this continue to stair step lower, and the Qs are stair stepping lower. Next stop for me, I think it's 2850s, and then from there, we can really start going back towards like 2856 and working our way to 29. Can I get this all the way to 29 today? I won't be mad at it. That's over $1 on the shares. And if I can make another $10 on this, I got to just keep the account going forward, right? Yeah, I know that Ryan made like a $50 trade. To tell you the truth, I'm not probably going to be making too many $50 trades until I get to at least $1,000. So I'm going to be trying my best to trade things small, keep it going, right? Keep the account going. I talk about this all the time. For small accounts, my first mentality is always what? Survive. Survive the market. Because if you can survive, you can find your process to get you to the green. Now, one thing I cannot do is just take big hits and then I'm 50% down on the account and expect myself to come back 100% to get above into the green. That's one thing that I definitely am trying my best to do. That if I am going to take some hits to go down on the account, it needs to be like 30, 40 hits for me to go down on the account, not one hit. This is where I think I've done a lot better on, because why? Because I've done this before, team. And I think that that's the important thing, trying to learn from us. We'll see what happens. There's NVIDIA's move. And now I think we'll get towards the 2850s there. NVIDIA now towards 282.65. As we're seeing that go lower, I think we could keep coming down here. Look at that 282.60s showing up. I like that outlook there. Now I just got to continue to work my position a little bit higher here. All right, almost to $4 there, and $4 has been the average loss in this account. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to get it closer towards that $12 profit. But if I could get $10 profit today, I'll tell you what, I won't be mad wasting my day trade. And then we can come back tomorrow and on Monday and still have one day trade to use. So we'll see what happens. That LLL trade, not doing too bad. Good news effect for Twitter. New CEO. Tucker Carlson is waning. My puts are working. You guys are funny out there today, team. All right, let's change the music up. Let's go to another song here. Yes, let's get something good here. Let me see what I got here for you guys. Rock Stone? Ooh, this one's good. All right, let's keep the vibes going here, guys. And the KRE is slowing down. That's one thing that I do see happening here. So I'm just pointing that out. We'll look to see if we keep getting tech lower, but the KRE is slowing down here a little bit here. We'll look to see if it takes another leg lower. Capleton, Sizzler. Yeah.
Rockstone was my pillar, could not find place for sleep. But them empty, we have to find food for eat. Every day we terrorize by soul town police.
Oh, I'm going hard today, team. I needed some vibes, baby. Let's go, SQQQ. Keep the vibes moving, baby. 28.43s now. Let's go. Up about 1.5%. Q's going lower here. Let's see if NVIDIA wants lower. And the KRE going lower. Keep it going, Wisdom. One by one. One by one. One by one. Hey, keeping it going out there, team. Keeping the vibes out there. You know it. Sizzler. Oh, this right here.
Help us now, take us from the slum. Never give up, but I want strictly find a bun. Help us now, take us from the slum. Never give up.
Hey, let's go. The vibes are going, team. I see the Qs bouncing a little bit here. That's the one thing that I will point to. And I think a lot of that has to do with what will happen here for the KRE, right? I'll show you guys this a little bit bigger. KREs, will this go lower? This is a very important outlook here for me because this is the regional bank outlook, right? Do we cut through the 35.81s here and just go lower? I don't even want to see this back at VWAP. Back at VWAP will probably have us bouncing in the Qs back there towards the VWAP. You could see the Qs bouncing a little bit now. NVIDIA bouncing, AMD bouncing. Stocks S, one that we were looking at earlier today. Would this one go higher? This one's pushing well here. Now we might be able to pullback towards 2050 here for Stocks S. We'll look to see what happens there in the SQQQs. We got up there towards the 40s, 45s as the top there. And I'm looking to let this continue working. So if this pulls back on me, it's okay. But I'm looking for a little more there. Not yet running towards it. If it ain't a backwood, those things will kill your lungs, boy. Keep those lungs safe. All right, let's keep it going. Let's get to the next jam here. Let's go. I got more for you guys. All right. Oh, look at this. Oh, I love it with a little bit of that dub in there. All right. That might be a little too much for you guys, so I got you. I'll give you a little bit more of that chill. That's the chill vibes here. Still old school, but the vibes. I can't believe I got to see these guys play live. This was literally one of the best moments I had in Red Rocks, baby, Colorado. I still miss Red Rocks. You guys never seen a concert out there? Go to Red Rocks. Go to Colorado. Go enjoy it, man. Probably about the only place that I traveled just to go see a concert. Red Rocks. Let's go, Tony.
Oh, yes, right from the start. Oh, no.
Will we get the move to keep working for us, right? It's okay we get a bounce. That's normal. Stocks bounce. Watch how NVIDIA right now, I think this is the big one right now, is NVIDIA is like right now just kind of battling the 283 spot. So we talked about that earlier, how that 283 spot would be important. We end up breaking it, and now look how you're trying to kind of like reject that 283 move. So right where it was fighting yesterday, or fighting right now on the support, it's now trying to act as resistance. And we're going to see if it comes down to the lower levels and takes out that lower level. Let's go, baby. Got 3 shows at Red Rock set up so far this year, Rich. Oh, man. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. I'd be there. I'd be there, man. Oh, Red Rocks, man. If you haven't seen that team, just look it up. Even just watching concerts there, you know, you get that like kind of acoustic feel. Oh, it's amazing. And there's nothing like looking into the mountains, right behind the artist. NVIDIA looks extended on the downside. Let's see. See if it comes back to the VWAP, right? It could come back to VWAP, reject. Just got to try to play it, right? You just got to keep the battle on today. The battle's on. Now it's just more about if I get my profit to loss, right? What about the overall market here? The SPY overall, let's take a look here. See the SPY bouncing a little bit here. Will we get the next leg lower? That's one thing I'm keeping an eye on. For solar, getting a little bit better. Some of these solar stocks. Oil turning into the red a little bit there. Let's go to the main charts. Let's see if I can see some sector outlook here. All right, so overall in the sector outlook here, week today, financial services, consumer cyclical, and technology. When the market goes down, consumer cyclicals usually have high beta, so they go down strong also. Financial services leaking today. That's one of the biggest things that I was looking for to see if we'd see continued leak in the market. So that's what I've been seeing. Now let's just take a look to see if that continues to happen. Technology also leaking today. Will that come back? That's one thing that I'm looking at, of course. Apple bouncing a little bit here, 172.85. So keep your eyes on Apple. Google overall just hanging out here, just slightly below VWAP. Could maybe find some buyers, 117 here. Lot of action going on there at the 117s. Microsoft bouncing a little bit here, 307s. And Tesla, the dragon, right, finally bouncing around 172. And I talked about below 173. Seemed like a good opportunity there for Tesla. So I'm thinking about it right now, but it's just going to be more about if the market's going to reverse on me. And so it's a little bit hard to go long Tesla when I'm looking for the market to keep coming down, right? So it's a little bit of a battle here. Just got to figure out what I want to do. Red Rocks is where I learned to dance. There you go. All right, Q's coming back a little bit here, and you guys can see it here. You're getting a little bit of a tick up there, so I should probably see a little bit of a tick down there in the SQQQs. Will NVIDIA come back up towards the VWAP? I'm also keeping an eye on that. You can see right now it's battling that line, battling. Let's see if it gets through that line there. And we are seeing a little bit of a pullback here for the SQQs. The only thing that helps me here is that remembering that the VWAP is like moving up, right? So the VWAP now is at 28.11s. So remember, my average is 27.98. So I could pretty much let this come back to VWAP and then bounce. So that doesn't make me feel too bad that I'm in a relatively good spot to see if this becomes almost a swing trade on the day, right? And there's nothing wrong with me trying to let the market work. And then if I need to stop out, break even, or for a really, really tiny loss, that's going to be okay. That's how this account has to go a lot of the times, because a lot of times I'm going to take one in, one out. So with that being said, I got to get a little bit of a nice push in my direction, right? Looking for that close to 4% move versus going into another name. And there's other ways to go about this, right? I could have gone with something else that I could have got a little bit more share size to maybe go a little bit quicker to the trade. But the truth is that I want to be in slow, kind of meticulous trades that I could really focus on the risk to reward and just look to play that out, right? Whether that goes into my favor or not, we can't always determine that. Truth is, we don't determine that. The only thing we can do is play the odds, play the probability, and hopefully have odds in our favor. Do you ever look at level 2 to see volume directions? Yeah, you can look at level 2 all the time. I've been trying to show a little bit more of my level 2 skills here. It's a little bit harder, right? I mean, a lot of that is looking into like what kind of access do you have. For this one, I only have like ARCA access because I thought ARCA was worth it. But I wanted to show you guys a little bit more about book and stuff like that. I want to bring somebody on that also feels like they're a little bit more of an expert on understanding level 2s. I don't feel like I'm bad on it, but I also want to bring somebody that has like this as their expertise. So maybe we have a deeper conversation on that. It's a good outlook there, Wisdom. Look forward towards maybe not next week, but the following week. I'm going to try to get someone on to talk all about level 2s. What do they see there? How do they change orders and stuff like that to pick their routing? Understanding this is very important, especially if you're trading with bigger share size, right? Smaller share size doesn't really necessarily matter too much. But the bigger size, the bigger the size, the more it's going to matter about controlling how you're getting that ordering out. You got to, Wisdom. Orange juice first, level 2 second, and then money always comes even before that. All right, looking around to see what happens, team. NVIDIA now back above that level. So you're getting a little bit of a bounce back, right? It's okay. Just going to let it continue to work and see how we do on the day, right? It's going to be also, I think, a big part dependent on the banks. Now you're getting KRE to test that 3580s. Do we want lower on that KRE? I think that's an important outlook. KRE looking like it wants to get a little lower. Let's see if it does break and gives us that next leg. Peppa. Maybe I can bring Dennis. Yeah, I'd always bring Dennis, team, if I could. I just try to let Dennis do his thing during his trading action. You know what I mean? He's a pretty busy guy. I don't actively trade single stocks much anymore, but the book along with a footprint chart are my main focus in the ES. There you go. Not a bad outlook, Walter. MD, what's going on out there? Great. Don't forget, we get together tomorrow morning and Sunday. There you go. All right, there's the KREs, 35.81. Will this get a little lower and see the banks go lower? The banks go lower. That's what I want to see. I want to see the worry come in, and it sounds bad, but the worry coming in gets my trade in my favor. So we'll see what happens. It's a battle today. JPM now testing down. Let's see if it goes through the lows. Bank of America near the lows there. GS now cracking, bid through the lows. So this is what I want to see. I want to see the financials keep cracking. And that way the Qs can stay heavy and not even make their way back to the VWAP today and keep flushing. So I just want to see the leak today. Just leak. That's what I'm looking for. I'll take a ride. All right, team. It's about 10:50, team. I'm going to start wrapping it up here, team. Of course, you guys, I normally like to end these trades for you guys to completely watch the Moomoo trade, and you guys can see it from front to back. But that's probably going to do it for me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed the action today. And definitely, I want you guys to check out Moomoo if you guys want to go ahead and get some more information. Definitely hit the link down here below. There's really good ways to get some free stocks. The analytics are amazing here. When you're going into like a company, like yesterday, I started doing some analytics on Tesla. And when you look here in the analysis tab, and you can make this bigger too, so you can see a little bit more. But when you go into the summary, you can see who owns the position, how much do they own, right? How big of a position it is for them. You go into financials, you see vehicles delivery by model here. I really like things like this, right? Model X, Model 3s, how are those deliveries? How the EPS moving? How's the financial estimates looking, right? There's so much great graphical representation here on Moomoo that you guys can start learning fundamentals easier. Because why? Because you're not looking too much. You're looking more at the change in the graphical representation. Look at the net income. Net income went down pretty big in Q1. And net income was increasing. What is that showing us? Margin contraction there for Tesla. We want to see this get back to the green, right? Things that you guys can keep an eye out for. Cash flow, right? How's the cash flow moving? It was negative in 22 Q4. Fiscal year 22, it was in the green. Now Q1 in the red again. Will this get back to the green? If we can get that cash flow to start moving higher, maybe we can get Tesla a little bit higher too. Things like this I think are so important. Look into this, start learning a little bit more, using some analysis, and especially when it's so good, like representation here. Look at the gross margins, how those are going down, right? That's very important. And then you guys can look at, kind of return on assets, right? Look at the ROA. Look how that went down big in the first quarter. And that's very important. Something to keep an eye out for. We'll see what happens there in the analytics, but definitely check out some of these great tools that Moomoo has to offer. All right, I'm throwing up in the chat the link one more time. I'm wrapping up here, team, but I do want to let you guys know about a great event that's going to be coming up here in just a few minutes. Don't want you guys to miss that, so definitely check it out, team. We're going to have a great cannabis event. We'll have even a Republican, looks like Dave Joyce, going to be joining, talking about cannabis banking at 11:30. So don't go anywhere, team. That's at 11:30. If you guys want to take a little bit of a break, by all means, keep trading, keep doing what you're doing. I'll tell you one thing, I'm going to keep trading, guys. You can count me in on that, baby. You know it. Enjoy the day. Hope you guys have a great one. I will see you later today at Start Swing Trading. Hopefully give you guys an update on the SQQQs that I nailed them, baby. But you guys can always keep up with me at MoneyMitchBZ on Twitter. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Count me in. Revolution. A little bit of some tunes today. Hope you guys got to enjoy it. All right. We'll see you next time, team. Great show like always. Keep battling. Sometimes reggae music. Hey. Q's going lower here. KRE, can we go a little lower? We'll find out. Smash like, team. Let's keep it going. Nothing like roots reggae music. Hey. Higher self meditation.